Hey Jens, what do you think of this new camera?
Oh, I love this patch. This is really nice.
Yeah, this Sony Burano is, man, people have been waiting for this thing and it's here. So let's talk about how we rig it out. It all starts with our VCT on the bottom there, which is most people have. If you don't, it comes in a total kit. Now, let's really move to the top of the camera because that's where all the action's happening.
Yeah, right here you can see I have my top plate right here. It bolts right onto the 4 screws that's in the top of the camera. It has our Z-rail down the middle so that you can adjust our tactical handle to get the right balance and the right position for the Z-Finder. We got so many different kinds of 1/4-20 and 3/8 screw holes, bidirectional Z-rail.
I don't know if everybody knows what that is, but rail, you know, typically only goes either forward or horizontal.
Right.
So what we did is we created this new thing we call a bidirectional rail so that you can slide something on that cube in any way of 4 different directions, and that's really handy.
I've also added another little, tiny little thing in between there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you in this B-roll, but there's a cold shoe slot, so you can slide in cold shoe devices like, you know, wireless packs and things right in here and right in the back and on both corners.
Wow, that's great.
So, of course, then we have side rails that attach to this and also then attach to the VCT base plate on the bottom to make it completely rigid and solid. This allows you to be able to mount different kinds of handles on the side.
Arms,
yeah.
I see 3/8, I see 1/4-20s and rosettes.
Yeah. So another feature with the top plate is, of course, we have top rod capability for if you're going to use wireless motors and things like that you need to mount from the top. Now, we did put it at the industry standard 60 millimeters apart and 85 millimeters off the lens, just in case you wanted to put a matte box on upside down or use some other industry standard accessory from the top. So you can see here I have one of our trigger grips. We have many different forms of the trigger grip that can mount in different ways. We have a dual version of this where there's 2 that mount to the rods. We have a version of this that can mount to the side rails here. We have types that can go onto the rosettes on the side. So if you want different grip options, we have you covered. So the last thing in this package, of course, is the Z-Finder that attaches to Sony's monitor. People have problems with the Sony viewfinder because when you flip it up, the monitor is sideways. Then you have to end up turning the camera sideways to see it quickly.
Now let's take a look at how the Z-Finder flips up on this, because this is a feature that a lot of people have asked for.
Yeah, let's see if I can get a shot of it. There we go. Kind of blocked it with my hand, but there you go. In this case, we're using the bracketry that comes with the Sony monitor, and we just attach our Z-Finder right to it.
You've built a way where you can mount that monitor on the back.
Oh, and let's not forget about the Chameleon. The Chameleon is a high-res viewfinder that would be great with this camera. It also allows you to use the monitor as an assistance monitor separately.
And it's kind of like an extender viewfinder on a Panavision camera when you're on the tripod.
And just so you know, we have our tactical handle on right now, but this can be used with the Sony handle if you want. It attaches to the top plate in 3 different positions, 3 or 4 different positions.
But the tactical handle has a lot of neat options in that you can use it as a side handle on this rig.
It's almost a top plate in itself. It has cold shoe, it has rail on top, it's got a bunch of different mounting holes as well. So it's a pretty Swiss Army knife of a handle.
It all starts with our VCT. And the VCT has been around for, I don't know, it's the beginning of time. And the point of it is all about balance. That red lever allows you to slide the camera forward and aft. I watch TV, Netflix, Prime, Showtime, HBO. 75% of the shows are done handheld. And that's really our wheelhouse. The idea is you need a balanced rig, what we used to call a recoil. Well, we'll still call it a recoil. But a recoil to us was a fully balanced rig that essentially you and I married after an E&G camera. The whole idea is that if this thing is at all front heavy, you're not shooting a 14-hour day with it even front heavy for 5 minutes, you're going to notice it. You have to be able to do what we've shown in videos where you put it on your shoulder, take your hands away, and it just stays there. Even that in a 25, 30-pound camera package is a lot for a whole day. Balance is absolutely essential. I see so many pictures of people where the thing is like this and it literally looks like a rocket launcher. You cannot hold that for any sustained amount of time. Look at that. Okay, so that is a balanced rig.
Yeah, you can see I have the heavy battery on the back and a longer lens, so you got to be able to slide this depending on what lens you're using or what battery you're using.
And
Right.
I've said balance like 42 times in this video, but I'm going to say it 43 times because balance is everything. It is what is the basis of a recoil rig.